If you're from Western Europe, you probably don't know who the Tatars are, but if you're from Eastern Europe, you definitely have heard of them. Shown in Europa Universalis 4 as the Crimean Horde, the Tatars really left their mark on the eastern part of the European continent. My name is Ludi, and today we'll be covering the Crimeans. The challenge for this video is going to be reaching the Pacific coastline as Crimea, as well as showing how hordes can get basically infinite mana points. If we also get 5k likes, I'll do a Nogai video. To start it off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by recruiting the free company in the province of Crimea, and we will afterwards attach it to the main army in Crimea. We also will make our starting heir a general, as he is absolutely trash and we kind of want to get rid of him. If he doesn't die within the first couple of months, then we likely will kill him off after the first war. We're also going to go for more land force limit, as we need more of that, or discipline or morale of armies is better if you have that available. We also can sell titles to get a little bit of extra cash, and we can seize some crownlands right afterwards. We can adopt the title of Mia Khalifa, as well as denounce these sect practices and enforce religious unity. We have to get our first rivals, and of course Great Horde should be your main rival, Circassia second up, and Lithuania a runner up. Our position in the center here between Orthodox, Sunni, and Catholic powers means that we really don't actually need to worry about aggressive expansion, and if we take nations out one by one based on the culture group, then we really actually will not have even a single coalition. Trade efficiency guy is also going to be of help, as well as the national tax or production if you have it available, and we can set our trade ships to protect trade in the Crimean trade node for the time being. Alliance-wise, Akoyunlu makes a great ally early on, as does Karaman, and we can even improve relations so we can get an alliance with the Ottomans later if we want to. However, most of the times I prefer to simply attack the Ottomans myself. Our first two targets obviously are going to be Circassia here. Make sure you use the tribal conquest CB, and you can co-belligerate Georgia if they allied the Georgians. We also will be attacking Theodoro and their either Byzantine or Trebizond ally. If you're really lucky, they will ally the Byzantines, and that's going to make it easier for us to just vassalize the Byzantines. 1 month has passed. Now we can attack Theodoro too. Let's go. We also can get a secondary general, and if we're lucky, we get a siege pip or freaking 5 maneuver. Wow. Unbelievable. We managed to get an alliance with Kazan because we've rivaled the Great Horde, and we have basically a common enemy since Kazan also rivaled the Great Horde. You can always use your fleet to make sure that you siege down the province of Theodoro faster, and you can do the Muslim piety interaction if you want to, which will give us -2 corruption, so we can debase currency for a few ducats and 2 corruption, and then we can lower that 2 corruption with the interaction here. Sometimes I feel like I make these mistakes on purpose. In any case, we still won this battle, but it was a really close call, and that means I have to pull back some of my troops from sieging this province back into the Georgian lands. Take note, the most difficult part about these first 2 wars are literally just going to be sieging down the forts in the mountains, or if the nation of Trebizond allied Byzantium, it's going to be getting military access through the Ottomans. They're not going to be super happy giving you military access. You might have to struggle with that a little bit, but eventually it would be doable. Time for a little bit of payback, Georgia. Thank you very much for attacking me, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and wipe out your entire nation now. Also, you guys need to realize that you don't actually have feudalism at the very start because we are a primitive nation, I guess. So we have to get feudalism. The easiest way to get it is by taking Theodoro land and a few lands in the Caucasus, or alternatively just attacking Lithuania. Do not spawn it in when you have so many adjacent provinces that already have feudalism spawned in. Georgia's out of the war, and that means we can vassalize them now. Best part about vassalizing Georgia is the fact that we actually get all of their cores in the Caucasus. Look at this bad boy here. We got all of Imereti and Samtske as nations that we can simply attack and get back our cores. In fact, we're gonna do that right now. let's go ahead with Samtskhe first, followed by Imereti. When it comes to Circassia, full annexation is preferred, of course. We can also cancel their core on whatever they got cores on. And remember, we are a horde, which means that we can raise provinces and get a bunch of admin diplo and military points from having raised these provinces. Eventually, once you can take Trebizond, I recommend that you directly take it so that we get access to the Akoyunlu lands, which we can attack if we want to. We have an alliance right now, as I knew that they would ally the Ottomans as well, but we can always cancel the alliance whenever it's needed. Trebizond as well, first off, let's just completely wipe them out. Raise as always in both of these, and afterwards core it up. Sadly, the Golden Horde has allied a couple of strong nations such as the Timurids, and that's pretty much it, the Timurids. So I guess it's not a couple of nations, is it? In any case, that actually played out to our advantage because the Timurids are both in the Ajam War and in the Independence War, so the Timurids are getting their asses kicked, which means the Golden Horde is also fighting on their front, and they're getting their stuff besieged by Ajam. So this is literally a very easy war for me right now. Timurids are not even joining because of being besieged and so on. So we're gonna set Magyar as the main target here, and we're gonna attack them. We're gonna have a bunch of land that we're gonna take from the Great Horde without even bothering with this war too much. In the meanwhile, we can peace out Samtskhe. We're gonna fully annex them, of course, and Darya Go. Now our beloved vassal Georgia is slightly bigger, and we can start improving relations with them as well. Let's start splitting up our armies around here so we can continuously siege everything without having to wait. And after this, we will be attacking Gazi Comuns as well. The great Biapas Crimean wars are about to end because we wiped out their entire army. I'm also going to attack Gazi Comuns right now, and I will co-belligerate his and Kaifa, even though I'm probably not going to take anything from them since they are very far away from me. And it looks like these guys are over as well, which means we can fully annex them also. We're going to transfer occupation to our vassal, of course, the Georgians. And you might be wondering, why are you not just taking this directly? It would be easier this way to adopt the institution. That is true, but I'm literally doing this because this is Orthodox land, and I prefer the Georgians to keep it for the time being, as it means they probably will help me out and be actually useful in the nearby future if I give them some lands, and I can integrate them later on. I am going to get my institution spawned by taking the Gazi Comun and Shirvan lands, since sadly Lithuania is now an APO under the Poles, which happens 90% of the times. You can do Trustworthy Allies mission, which is great. Like a bunch of vultures, the nation of Kazan definitely saw that the Great Horde is about to die, so they attacked them too. But not to worry, we managed to occupy all of it before they took anything. We are going to be taking all of the Gazi Comuns, however, and this is going to be enough for us to adopt feudalism. It only is going to cost us a little bit of cash, so we can take one more loan. Boom, and now we can adopt the feudalism. Nice. That also means we can take all of these techs for very cheap rather than spend so much extra money on them. Before we core this up, remember, always raise lands, making it cheaper to core and giving you extra admin points to core. Astrakhan is done. Let's go for a very nice, pretty border, of course. This is pretty enough to me. Only the Great Horde joins in a coalition because they're the only one that cares about this area, and this is going to be so much admin points. We probably can get our next technologies now, and yes, it looks like we can. Absolutely love it. I'm getting Tech 5 because of raising Horde lands. Nice. I like that. I really like that. Also, the Ottomans just warned me, so that means if I go to war with anyone bordering the Ottomans, I am gonna have to worry about them joining in. Luckily for them, I'm not going to war with anyone in that area for the time being. I will, however, attack Nogai here shortly, as well as Shirvan. Why did I go for these borders, you ask? Well, this is giving me access to Kazan, Nogai, Ryazan, basically everybody that I want to attack. I'm getting my CB against them. Let's get new rivals. We will be going for the Ottomans themselves, as well as Karakoyunlu and even Genoa. The easiest of targets obviously right now is Nogai, because their allies are dead. Ajam I'm talking about, and Chagatai. By the time they reach my lands, I should already finish wiping out all of Nogai's armies. Let's go set up the war target as the province of Rin, and let's start the war. A juicy battle awaits stops us right here with Nogai about to get Shtak and Vipened, and they did, of course. Now it's time to just carpet siege all of their lands before the allies start arriving in here. Nogai's down, but their allies are still at it, so I actually have to finish off everybody here. I will have to siege down some of Ajam's land before I piece them out. Luckily, we are super ahead of tech compared to everybody else in the world, and because of that, we will be going for the Horde ideas first. They give us some of the most insane ideas imaginable that include cavalry combat ability plus 25, religious unity plus 25 as well, land attrition reduction, and most importantly, their policies are equally broken with a razing power gain plus 33 when mixed in with economy. If you don't realize what that means, essentially whenever you raise provinces, you gain 33% more mana points. So if you raise, for example, a 30 development province, you essentially get an extra 30 of each mana point. Oh, you are not getting away from this one, Ajam. You are definitely not getting away from this. And because we got the mountain bonus, this is obviously going to be a piece of cake, of course. We don't really have any interest in the Ajami land, so we're going to go for cash as well as war reps, as well as trade power we cannot go for. We don't want to stay in this war for far too long. We would simply be losing manpower. Speaking of manpower, we're taking the manpower reform, getting an extra 20%, and we're going for the first horde idea. Whenever you're chasing down enemy armies, remember that you will have to be one step ahead of them. For example, I knew these guys are going to get engaged in this province, and I sent my army ahead of time to that province to catch them by the time they get there. Also, carpet sieging is the most annoying thing ever. I carpet sieged this country 3 times already, and they keep unsieging it because it's so easy to do it without any actual forts defending it. Stack wiping Chagatai's army a couple of times proved to be quite beneficial because now they are willing to white peace me. That is more than I want. I don't really care about their lands right now. I just want to have a 5 years truce, as within 5 years we will be by their borders. Speaking of borders, the most beautiful borders ever we're gonna enact by taking the Nogai lands here, as well as 19 ducats for posterity stake, right? Rasius Landicus Maximus, which gives us a buttload of new... Oh, you guys got to get out of here. There you go. They left the province. A buttload of new mana points. And afterwards, core it all up for just 14 mana. That is so cheap, it's insane. Now we gotta get ready for the war with the Uzbeks that is gonna come right now. You might have realized what I'm doing here. I am essentially... Whoa, hold up a second. Astracon's free? What is this? Looks like Astracon's back on the menu, boys, and we're gonna turn our attention towards our lands here, because I just realized we actually have some separatists. Alfada Kadabra for these filthy rebels, and they're gone. I'm a magician, everybody. Alright, now with these guys also out of the war, it's going to be a lot easier, and it's going to be much more beautiful, my country, since I'm going to get a nice big Crimea all around rather than this whatever hell snake this is. We will continue to invest in our horde ideas. We want to max that out as soon as we can, and the biggest brain move ever, we will be Oyrat reconquest of what now? Wow, Uzbek. They're allied to Uzbeks. Okay, I'm actually going to keep the alliance with Kazan until after the war with Uzbek, because Kazan is in a war now, and that essentially means that very likely what's going to happen is they're not going to join in the war against Kazan if the war against the Oyrats that they're in right now is not going to go very well. So remember, you should always think 5 moves ahead when you declare your wars. Kuma is over. Funny fact, Kuma means bear in Japanese, so it's weird that this province is called Kuma, but hey, who am I to judge, right? Alright, now that we've got this, we can focus 100% on the Uzbekis for all of this as well, and we also can lower autonomy and provinces, which will give us a lot more income and manpower from these provinces, as well as rebels, but it's fine because we don't really care about rebels too much. The waiting paid off, because now Kazan is not joining 35-37, same for Afghanistan, and the Great Horde is joining, which means that I can finally completely wipe them out, even though I'm paying a little bit of extra to take their provinces. I'm basically paying double the war score here, because they're not co-belligerated since I still have my truce with them. And did we just kill some rebels without realizing it? Let's get a new general, and this time we got a decent one because our army tradition is 56. That is quite a lot lot of army tradition already. Hello, Great Horde, my old friend. Nice to see you die again. Now it's time to kill up the provinces themselves and to finish off the rebels. I like how Uzbek basically killed the rebels for me. Thank you very much, Uzbek. That was very, very kind of you. Let's split these units up in half and send them to the other two provinces. And it looks like the Great Horde rebels are also going to be attacking Uzbek. Damn, Uzbek, you're super nice, man. How about you take care of Circassian rebels too for me? That would be really, really just the best thing ever. Also very important, before you engage in battles, make sure you consolidate your regiments. Either shift consolidate so you don't lose the units, or simply consolidate. This is going to give you a massive boost to your armies, as it means your units will not shatter as easily when you engage them in combat here. So this should be a fairly easy battle for me, which is why I'm not even reinforcing it. And afterwards, I pretty much have 99%, so I'm going to piece them out now. Skipping a little bit into the future, we fully annexed the Golden Horde, and we have taken a big snake from the Uzbeks. Remember, I didn't release the nation of Kazakhs and then fed them back the cores simply because these cores are literally just 3 development, and I really cannot be bothered to wait afterwards for Kazakh to get integrated for just 3 development provinces. The south always will be taken by Transoxiana if you do this, and the north you can come back later to attack them. Most importantly is though, the Oyrats have finished their war with Chagatai and they took a few lands, but now they are at war with Ming, who wants to make them a tributary. That means we gotta definitely attack Oyrats right now before they actually become a tributary, as them being a tributary is a big problem for us, since it means we have to fight Ming whenever we fight the Oyrats. They only have 10,000 units, so I think it's fairly safe to say we can start carpet sieging them a little bit. Sweet home Karakorum, here we come. The land known to all Mongolian and Tatars alike is about to become ours. Renaissance is slowly spreading to our part of the world, but we want to encourage it a little bit more, so we're going to invest some of our Diplo points here, since we have quite a few of them, and even a few of the admin points, so we get it in the capital. This was enough, and now all we need to do is get a few loans. And with these loans, we are a Renaissance-able country. Unbelievable. We got Renaissance before even most of the Central European nations, and even the Ottomans did. Also, I just saw something with my little eye, boys. Byzantium is not dead. Huh. Well, if I finish my conquests in time, I might extend my influence into the west. Sadly, we gotta wait until the nation of Ming pieces them out here, because if they don't piece them out, then we cannot either, since we only have 45% war score. We can send some of our units, however, to Udege, which is also in the war against us, and maybe get a little bit of war score from them also. Well, I didn't get 100% of war score, but by piecing out with the white piece Udege, I managed to get 74%, which is enough for what I want. I'm gonna take this exact peace deal over here, which gives me a border with Karadel as well as Ming. So with this, I'm gonna trigger the Ming disaster of nomadic frontiers, because I have more than 300 total development, which in turn means that they are gonna get absolutely raffle stomped, and I am gonna start munching on them as soon as their mandate is below 50. Ah yes, 10% towards the progress of unguarded nomadic frontier disaster. Hell yeah, don't mind if I do, sir. Don't mind if I do. And is the Oyrats? The Oyrats are a tributary now, sadly, which kind of blows, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get this improved relations guy and become a tributary? No, go F yourself. Come at me, bruh. If you've got the bolts for it, come at me. Whilst we're waiting for Ming to crumble, we're gonna have another war against Nogai, and their allies are not joining, because guess what? They got dead, but most importantly, they're our allies as well right now. For the time being, it is good for us to have Chagatai as an ally. We might drop them afterwards, but for now, we'll keep them. Kazan would join into this, but I don't want them to actually join, as I want to take all of these lands all for myself. I am greedy like that, what can I say? Ha! Nice try, Kazan, but you're a little bit late to this fishing pond, because I'm going to fully annex all of the fishing pond here in one war. Look at my beautiful Crimea, everybody. Look at my beautiful Crimea. Don't look at the rebels. Do not look at the rebels. Everything is fine. Oh, that's actually a lot of good land here that I'm getting so much mana from. Nice. We also can set Ming as our rival, of course, and we can even send them a scornful insult ahead of the invasion. We'll even recruit a few more units. Religious unity plus 15 sounds good to me. And let's take another loan so we can recruit a few more units here. Because we got cannons now, we can recruit 4,000 cannons so we can siege faster the Ming forts. The time has come. Ming has the nomadic frontiers, which means that their armies are going to be made out of paper, and it also means that I'm absolutely going to be crushing them throughout this war. So let's go with our mighty boys here and kill everybody in the Ming dynasty. The worst moment to get attacked is when you're sieging down a province and the enemy has a sizable army, but it is the Ming and they got massive debuffs now, so we will be winning every single engagement that we might have with them. I'm not really worried at all. In fact, it's a bonus, the fact that they attacked me, because it gave me a little bit more of siege. I'm actively going for battles as well, since I know that I'm going to win every single engagement. Whenever Ming has below 50 mandate, they get these horrible debuffs. They take up to 50% extra damage from fire and shock whenever they're at 0, and right now they're taking 34 extra, which is still a massive amount. In fact, look at this, 27,000 Ming troops against my troops, and we stack viped them, man. This is ridiculous. This should really pretty much be illegal, my boys. There you go, another battle, another day, another stack wipe, and we're gonna do the same with the rest of their troops here, trying to unsiege the fort that we just took from them, which we cannot really allow, can we? It's against our code of conduct in the Crimean Khanate. I'm basically just saying words that start with C. The Great Battle of Taoju has begun, and of course, we have won it also. We're gonna win the second Great Battle of Taoju, this time with the stack vibe. We wiped out 13,000 of their cavalry units, man. Let's go siege down the province of Xi'an, or however you call this. I do apologize for butchering all of these names. We're sieging a mountain fort here, so we get -2 dice roll for attacker. But look at this, guys. Even though we get such a massive debuff, we still are gonna win that battle simply because of the debuff that the Ming have for their very own armies. Even Udege is sending us cash. Nice. I like it, Udege. I'm gonna keep you last. 64% on Xi'an. There you go. That means we took it. And let's continue backwards so we can kill off these guys on the back. Booyah! Another battle. And of course, it's gonna be another win for the mighty Khanate. Oh, they got reinforcements. We might not win this. Oh, we lost it. No. This is what happens when you get too confident, guys. Make sure you don't get too confident in battles and you actually keep your troops close to each other. Don't do what I did. Be a better person, okay? Be a better person. We have slackened recruitment so we can get some more troops, and now since we have 0 professionalism, we're gonna recruit some more mercenaries, as they are definitely needed. We'll recruit them in the mainland so we can kill the rebels as we make our way to the Ming land. The first Ming war is over. I'm gonna go for this massive snake over here, and I can even take a little bit of cash, right? Yep, I can take just a little bit. No coalition, surprisingly, just Ming in the coalition. And we're gonna be raising all of these lands, and after we raise all of these lands, we'll be doing the biggest 5-head move ever. We let 1 month pass so we get the CB on Kum, and we will be attacking Kum, which is gonna bring Ming in that war as well. And that means we're at war with Ming for the second time. This time, we're not really taking too much land. We mainly will be taking from Ming the money they have so we can fix our own economy, which we have gone quite a little bit in debt throughout the previous years. In this second war against Ming, the reality is that you don't really want to be in the war for far too long. Your main goal is to really just take the money from them, and if you want a couple of provinces as well, it's not mandatory because we're going to be breaking the truce anyway very soon. Because I'm a benevolent god, I am gonna fully annex these guys, so let's go for the full annexation and take all. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. I can fully annex you, but I cannot take your money. Wow. Wow, Kum. Wow. Because I didn't really care that much about these lands. I simply made Genoa together with Akoyunlu and Shirvan my tributaries. Thus, I'm getting a tribute from them on a yearly basis. Also, these rebels are gonna be pretty annoying to deal with, but we got troops heading that way right now. Our truce with the Oyrats is over, and that means we can attack them once more. We're gonna set our war target to the province of Sainoyon, which is right next to us. Ming is joining for a 3rd war against us, which means essentially that we're gonna get even more money withdrawn from the Bank of Ming. Ming was completely crushed, and they're starting to break apart into small rebellions, which eventually is going to completely crush Ming. So before that happens, I'm piecing them out, and I am taking Beijing, even if I'm taking the extra war score for this. Taking a little bit of money, I cannot take full amounts, but it's not a big deal. This is more than enough for me right now. Now we can finally focus on the Oyrats. I also took Beijing so I can show you guys how overpowered the combination of horde ideas with economic is, since I already unlocked all of the economic ideas and I got the to the ground 33% extra raising power policy. Let's check it out. Beijing's got 34 dev. By raising this, I'm getting 153 admin points, 106 diplo, and 53 military points. This is absolutely insane, man. Essentially, by taking over the European parts afterwards, I'll be able to stay ahead of tech by 15 to 20 years all the time. I'm ahead of tech. I got 57 innovativeness, and I still have all of my ideas filled in by 1490 whilst expanding like crazy. This should not be allowed in EU4. The Oyrats are ready to peace out also, and we'll be going for these lands over here. Nothing border gorish or anything of the sorts. Absolutely perfection. Raise everything to the ground and gain all the mana points from this juicy land. This is why hordes are overpowered. If you enjoyed the video, 5,000 likes and we'll do another one for Nogai. And check out my Twitch channel. I would love to see you guys over there.